Has anyone ever told you that you're sarcastic? And were they happy or not when they told you? Check out this episode of Man Talk as we talk about sarcasm. Join us. So, Craig, are you sarcastic? That's my question. Which, by the way, before we start, not a sarcastic comment. Fantastic shirt.
Yeah, it's very good. AJA.
Yeah, I love it. I was, believe it or not, the first year, 87, 88, I was one of the first students of Adelphian Junior Academy.
No way.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty awesome.
Back in the day.
I'm that old.
I was AJA. Yeah, very good. Yeah, hey, thanks for the shirt, guys. Yeah. Appreciate it. Then you got field work going. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love doing service in the state with the youth. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
So, okay, have you ever been considered sarcastic, or is that something you struggle with, or
yes.
What? Okay.
And some of my friends think it's great that I was sarcastic, but as I've grown closer to the Lord, I'm realizing that sarcasm is not good for me. It's not good for me because it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I think sarcasm is a sin.
Wow. So now, that's a pretty, because for instance, if I were to try and define sarcasm, I would think of it as more as when you act like your words say you're going one direction, but your face and your your attempt to be funny goes in a different direction. Actually, I think you can be sarcastic and not even try to be funny, but your words are going one way and your body language is going a different. Right. But how would you define it?
I think the best definition that I've ever heard is that sarcasm is lightheartedly hateful. Oh. Isn't that strong?
Ouch.
And as soon as I read that, I go, that's it. That's it. That's what sarcasm is. I'm being lightheartedly hateful towards another one of God's created beings that he died for, right? And so just a little dig, right?
So I'm going to hate on you, but I'm going to couch it or disguise it as a joke?
As a joke with quick wit.
Have you ever heard of roasts? Yeah, they have these roasts.
Yeah, Don Rickles and all.
Yeah. Right. There's someone sits in a chair and everyone gets in front of them and they say horrible things to them. And a lot of them has some sort of truth, you're a lousy dad, or you're whatever, you're broke, or you're an alcoholic, or whatever, and all of those things might be true, and then they go,
everybody's laughing, but you can tell when the person hits it, it's not received well,
right? And then afterwards they go, I was just joking,
right, but it's lightheartedly hateful.
Oh, wow.
And who the author of lighthearted hatefulness is?
Yeah,
it's not Jesus.
No.
Right.
Well, okay, so what are you saying? We can't joke around? Because is this how it is with you? A lot of, for me, when I hang out with the guys, there's a lot of sarcasm flying around, or ripping on each other, and I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying, where's that line
between quick wit and the sarcasm, or just joking around, that type of thing? Yeah,
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you is what is, because I don't disagree with what you're saying about sarcasm can be extremely hateful, and I don't think it's necessarily a positive thing. But when you're hanging out with your friends, that can be an issue. I've always went from this perspective. If I pay for my own jokes, then I'm safe. But if I'm trying to get people to find something funny at your expense, I'm opening myself up to hurting you, or causing friction.
Absolutely, and whether we're with our friends, if we cross the line, you and I like to banter back and forth. We have a lot of fun, joking around and stuff. And quick wit, puns and those things. I love those type of things. But when we get quick-witted at the expense of somebody else, I've been around people who will be quick-witted about their wife, which actually is sarcasm towards their wife. It's very hurtful for their marriage. Ball and chain
or something like that.
Right, and it's just not right. It's joking around, but if it hurts your spouse, don't do it.
Yeah, and I think also that sarcasm, when you're really, if I was sarcastic towards you all the time, pretty soon you'd be like, I don't want to hang around you anymore.
Exactly, right.
So
The dude's
sarcasm.
always cutting me down, right?
Yeah, so what happens typically is if you got a bunch of sarcastic people together, is they need someone who isn't there to feed on
Yes.
or to rip on. And so now you're in this situation where I think you can create this insecurity of, boy, if I'm super sarcastic, you might be thinking, Craig, well, whenever I'm not around Chad, he's probably ripping on
talking
me.
on me, right?
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Talking about my gray hair or whatever it might be, right?
I don't know, but it is not it's not
But
good.
it's not a good look, right?
Well, okay, so let me throw out this text in 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So this idea of, I think it's possible to be funny, or if that's the wrong word, to have fun,
Yes.
to live light,
Right.
and in positive. I think, to me, those are the best scenarios where you can laugh at things that are laughable, but not at anyone else's expense. So I don't think what you're trying to say is if you're sarcastic, you're going straight to hell, and if you tell a joke, you're going straight to hell. You're just saying like there's a line, right?
Yeah. There's a line with it. I want what comes out of my mouth to be edified by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And I know I can only speak for myself. I know that when I'm being sarcastic towards somebody else, using sarcasm, that gift that I have towards somebody else, I know that there's an edge to it, and it's usually intentional.
Sure.
And so I don't want that.
And if we're trying to be godly men,
Yeah.
we don't want to be like that. And so, I mean, what you're saying, it really hits home with me because that's something that I do struggle with. That wherever that line is, I cross over when I become sarcastic. And, typically, I think you're usually sarcastic to people who aren't around.
Right.
But if I'm sarcastic to people I'm with, it's usually the people that are closest to me, whether it's my wife or possibly my daughter.
Yeah.
And I don't. Why would I want to do that?
Exactly right.
So I need victory over that.
Absolutely. So this week's challenge, guys, is check your joking around, right? And be intentional when you're thinking about when you joke around with your wife or with your buddies or whoever it might be. Is it hurtful? Is it hurtful? If it is, ask the Lord to help you stop doing that. That's what I've had to do. And so now it's a challenge that I have all the time, that I need to check my joking around. If it's hurtful, Lord, please take it away from me. I do not want that in my life at all.
Good counsel.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, that's this episode of Man Talk. And remember, there's 3 things in Man Talk that we really, really love.
Right. The first one is that you need to love God.
Love everybody.
And duct tape.
We love duct tape because it fixes
Fixes
everything.
everything.
Have a good one.
See ya.